Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, it was another busy week for the Ferris State Bulldogs as we'll check in with the men's basketball, Bulldog hockey, and the women's basketball teams as they all continue action here in the winter season. We'll start first with men's basketball, joined by assistant coach Raymoan McAfee. And Coach, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Rob? Thanks for having me again.
Hard to believe now, but already the final week here of the regular season. The season has really flown by here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like just yesterday we were out on the football field running some sprints, getting ready for a preseason, the exhibition, all the rave about Duke, and now it's coming down to championship time. So excited about that.
Obviously, nice to be playing here at the end of the year with something really on the line heading into the regular season finale and then into the GLIAC tournament.
Oh yeah, I mean we've talked about that a lot this year. I mean, coming off a national championship, then having a group with a lot of new faces. We talked about a team who hadn't really done much, and now we're down to a team who can possibly make history twice in one season. So we're real proud of our guys. You know, coaches are proud of them. They should be proud of themselves, and hopefully we made the fans proud.
Obviously, as we go to the highlights, this past week you were on the road starting the final three-game road stretch here and at Purdue Northwest on Thursday night, and
yes,
an area in the Chicago area that certainly the Bulldogs have been able to recruit from here in the recent years.
Oh yeah. Chicago's been real good to us. So, I mean, this is a tough place to play, and as Purdue gets better, it's going to be an even tougher place. I mean, they got a nice turnout of fans. They had a good theme going on. I mean, it was a fun atmosphere. You know, we got a different look with our white jerseys on the road. We hadn't done that this year, but I mean, Purdue, they're going to be a good team for years to come.
Team that certainly like to play a similar style to the Bulldogs, like to get up and down the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's real fun because, you know, kind of like we play against ourselves, and they play our pace. They allow us to get our possessions that we want, and we allow them to get the possessions that they want. And, you know, it's just going to be an exciting game.
Obviously got off to a good start here, had a 14-point lead at one stage here in the first half, but they made a nice run to cut it back to 2 points here at halftime.
Yeah, that's the benefit of having that style of play. The more possessions you're more prone to make runs. You can cut into deficits. 10-point deficits are really not a lot when you play that style of play. I mean, it can be gone in a minute or two. So you got to stay focused against a team that plays like that.
Got to be pleased with how your team came out here in the second half, got off to a good start here in the second half, and really able to take control again here in the ballgame.
Yeah, we were real impressed by the way the guys responded. You know, that's been the thing with us all year is how are we going to respond? We can control our own responses, so we're going to keep that up.
Common theme, very balanced here this weekend, but Jalen McFadden right here with the basket. He had a great ball game with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Yeah, we've been waiting on it. We're going to hold Jalen accountable to more games like that. We've been waiting on something like that from Jalen, so he showed that standard, and we're going to hold him accountable to it.
Certainly had some guys come in off the bench and performed well, and it was really a great team win here on the road.
Yeah. I mean, everybody performed well, I think, in my eyes. Even Armani, who didn't make a shot this game, I mean, he still dove on the floor and gave us some effort and energy plays that we desperately needed, so that was good. 83-69
the final score, and with that win, the 20th victory for the Bulldogs, 5th straight year that the team has won 20 games or more, which is a first in school history and a great accomplishment.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, about a team that made history from, you know, a team that hadn't done much. You know, these things are not easy to do, and we're doing them, so we got to give our guys the credit.
Came back on Saturday after that win at Purdue Northwest, and a tough challenge going on the road to Wisconsin Parkside. First conference visit, although the Bulldogs have certainly had some success in that facility going to the regional finals back in 2016.
Yeah, again, give Parkside the credit. You know, we can't win them all. I mean, we're going to put our best effort forth every time we step onto any court, but, you know, you got to give Purdue, not Purdue, I'm sorry. You got to give Parkside their credit. You know, they came out, they played hard, the fans supported them. It was senior night. They had a lot on the line to play for, you know, and they got a point to prove in this league. You know, we kind of been taking the cake with the tournament and the regular season and our success in the past. You know, teams are really ready to, you know, knock us off, and give them credit. They did a good job.
The back and forth first half, you had the early lead, but they came back, hit some big shots from the outside to get back in it, and really a back and forth type of ball game most of the way.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we expect on the road. You know, we tell our guys, hey, if things don't go our way, we're not making shots, winning on defense and win by 1 point, but it just didn't prevail this time.
26-24 here at the half, and you mentioned they had a lot to play for, a chance to move into a tie with the Bulldogs for first place here in the GLIAC North Division with a win.
Yep, sure, they did. They came out with a lot of energy. They were focused. I mean, they executed the best this game, and, you know, hopefully we can see them again, and it'll be another fun game, and maybe we can impose our will if we match up with them one more time.
Certainly always tough to shoot on the road. Shot 36% for the ball game, and if you get a few more of those shots to maybe drop through, you'd have a chance here going down the stretch.
Yeah, it's always going to be like that with the way we play, the amount of shots we want to get up. You know, we're not really looking at shooting percentages that much. I mean, it would be good to make half of your shots, but you know, our defensive effort wasn't really where we wanted it to be. I mean, we gave the ball to them quite a few times. I think we had about 18 turnovers this game. So if we can control those things, I think we'll be in better shape, regardless of the shooting percentage.
Obviously, here going down to the wire, you had some opportunities to get back in it, and just not quite able to overtake Parkside as they were able to answer at the other end of the floor.
Nope. That's one of the things about being on the road. It's just a little bit harder to do. It's easier to do at home, but on the road, it seems like it's 10 times harder, and you know, it wasn't on our end this time.
66-59 the final score, and that sets up obviously another big game this week at Lake Superior, the regular season finale on Thursday night with a lot on the line.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we can learn from the mistakes that we made on the road at Parkside and go out and go against a tough Lake State team who's always been tough, who's always going to be tough, and play physical and stay focused for 40 minutes.
Obviously, Lake State and Ferris State here in recent years have been the two teams in the GLIAC North that everyone's had their eye on, and certainly has developed into a nice rivalry here on the men's basketball side.
Yeah, it's always fun to play those guys. I mean, it's fun to prepare for them. It's fun to coach it. I mean, it's always just to teach the guys what to do, tell them what to do. Hopefully, they're taking our coaching, which I know they are. You know, it always makes for a fun week.
You've had a chance already to clinch a spot in the GLIAC tournament. Now you've clinched a home game in the first round of the conference tournament on Tuesday, March 5th. Opponent to be announced, but a lot will depend on what happens here in the final night of the regular season.
Yeah. No matter who we play, we're always going to come out with the same game plan, and we're going to try to, you know, impose our will with our press and play defense. You know, out rebound them, take care of the ball, and make shots. I mean, hopefully that can work against anybody. What's
the focus maybe for this team going into the postseason, knowing that you've had obviously a great year already and a chance to continue this on for as long as you can keep it going?
I mean, just learning from our mistakes would probably be the biggest thing. Learning from the mistakes that we made on the road, because we're going to have a lot of road games coming up, because we're not going to host a region like we did last year. So our margin of error is very small having all these road games coming up. You know, we're going to take care of business on the 5th, and then wherever we end up playing, we're just going to bring our defensive intensity and stay together as a team.
What's it going to take to go to Lake Superior this Thursday night and hopefully come back with a victory?
I mean, it's going to take everybody again. I think last time I was here, we talked about we getting ready to play Lake State. It's going to take a focused effort from the coaches, managers, players, trainers, anybody who's involved. I mean, it's going to take a real focus that we need everybody all in.
Certainly, Bulldogs, as you get ready for postseason play, knowing that you've had success in the past in the GLIAC tournament, how does that help your mindset maybe going into the conference tournament?
I mean, it gives you confidence, but at the same time, I mean, we're a totally different team, and we don't have the same cards that we were dealt before, so we just got to do the best we can with what we have.
Well, Coach, thanks for being with us. Again, the Bulldogs regular season finale on Thursday night at Lake Superior, and then the GLIAC tournament starts next Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Rob.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.